Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had that homie that needs to buy a new pair of socks because all his socks are quitters, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: Alejandro, Trailero760, El Skid, Nathan, Hobie Cat, Mika Boy, Lead With Love, Charles, Albert12, Soulstar LA, AI Vega, Esquiel, Miguel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda, Michigan Wolverines, Marius, Chavel66, Gigi, Abuelita's Journey, Abuelita Irma, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You are definitely missing out, and we're about to break 100 patrons. This episode right here, man, the Great Facade. Smoke and mirrors. Dog and Pony Show. Hector, you done been working for the California Department of Corrections for 16 years, where you retired or resigned, walked away from the job in December 1st, 2022. What the hell would possess you to do such a thing? Getting paid bank, making a lot of money, you held a little bit of title, you held a little bit of rank. I don't care. I don't care. The Great Facade. About time somebody speaks up on this. And somebody like me, no less. Somebody that was in the trenches when all these California legislative laws enacted. You had Gruesome Newsom, you had all kinds of other people, and apparently the people voted for this. I don't recall. So, let's start off, Hector. AB109. What the hell was AB109? We all remember that. This shit says it was passed in 2011. Remember, I joined the department in 2006. When I joined the department, there was bunk beds on the day room with inmates in a housing unit. There wasn't supposed to be any. I didn't know that. That's what I was walking into. That shit was normal to me. There was gyms, double bunks. Some prisons had triple bunk gyms. We had double bunks at Centinela State Prison. Oh, every housing unit was filled up. 100 on the upper tier, 100 on the lower tier, 200 inmates per housing unit. You had 5 buildings full of inmates. Day rooms in each, bunk beds in each day room full of inmates. The gym full of inmates. That's a lot of blue. It was a sea of blue. I remember that. Bravo Yard. The powers above called it overcrowding. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that shit was overcrowded. You want to talk about like sardines? Everybody was packed up in there like sardines. Boom, pow, pam. Can't even fight without bumping into somebody, right? You bump into the wrong race, it's going to be on and cracking. Code 3, riots. They were happening. So AB109 is titled Realignment of Prison and Jails. So Hector, tell us the truth. Spit it to us, my boy. Oh, I'm about to. So, I don't know what the hell that was. The coffee's hitting. California voters in 2011 diverts defendants convicted of less serious. Pay attention to these words. Less serious felonies to serve their time in local county jail rather than state prison. All right, so what happened? I don't know. One day I start showing up to work. They get rid of the bunk beds. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Mind you, I'm an officer. This is cool. No more bunk beds. All right. I didn't even think where the hell they went. I didn't really give a shit. There was no more inmates on the bunk beds. All right. Now they got rid of the gyms. They deactivated the gyms. Calipat didn't be having the gyms because they were level 4 killers. Straight fighting each other, killing each other on the yard. Still are. I don't know. They still are. So, the jails, ain't nobody fucking give nobody a heads up. Nobody prepares. Nobody plans. This is probably going to be my most political, and it ain't even trying to be political. But I need your guys' help. I need your guys' help to fix this fucking mess. Well, what they did was they started releasing the inmates to the streets. By the hundreds. By the thousands. By the hundreds of thousands. Part of me was like, oh, this is cool. Like, less work for us in the prison. Because The hostility wasn't as high. The tension, fuck, man. You could tell, right? 100 angry guys versus 1,000 angry guys. It's a lot of little less angry people. The other part of me was like, hey, man, these dudes are hitting the streets. These dudes are out here with my family. I didn't have no kids back then. I had a spouse, but it's like, I still do, but it's like, man, my parents live out here. I read these dudes' C-files, man. These dudes be murdering people, gang members, right? I'm just keeping it real with you guys. So I'm like, damn, like, then I thought to myself, well, I'd rather have them in here than out there, because if that's what we're talking about, if we're going to talk about releasing monsters, now mind you, I'm going to dive into this, don't trip. I'd rather have the monsters in prison than the monsters outside prison, okay? AB109. Well, was every inmate that paroled going to reoffend and violate their parole? No, and I'm going to be honest with you, because I talk to individuals to this day that were part of a certain lifestyle before and are law-abiding citizens. Law-abiding citizens, right? Whatever their past, they grew up in gangs, they grew up in the fucking hood, LA, shooting it out, Wild Wild West, 90s. Like, hey, that, they grew out of that. They were fucking in the trenches. They probably got through politics or made it unscathed through their little career. And now, hey, you know what? The light bulb went off. Fuck that. That ain't I don't want to live that life no more. But on the flip side to that coin, how many times did we see? You had Sheriff Villanueva from LA County. You had the other one from San Bernardino. How many times did we see AB109ers shooting it out with the cops and killing cops? I'm glad I'm talking about this, because I was like, fuck, man, this is fucking bullshit, right? But I was a member of the department. I was a pawn. What am I supposed to do? Go up to my boss, go up to my sergeant and my lieutenant and be like, hey, that's fucking bullshit what we're doing here. We all knew it was bullshit. We all saw it. Just we didn't know what to do. You can't do shit. It's coming from above us. Apparently it's coming from the people who votes, but I doubt that. That was the flip side. Now what about the jails? Look, nobody told the county jails what was about to happen. County jails, you only used to be able to do a year in there. Then they would fucking ship you out to the big house, prison. When this AB109 hit, it went all the way. You can do 10 years. You can do 10 years in county jail. So these jail deputies and securities facilities were not built for that, man. They were not built for that. They were not ready for that. So now you got hardcore prison dudes. Man, there's a difference. Trust me. You hit the prison, you hit the prison. The politics are different. They're going for it. They're going for the gusto. They're stabbing people. They're making weapons. Now the jails are overwhelmed. They didn't know what to do. They probably still don't know what to do. Not by their fault. Now they're getting like shot callers. They're getting all kinds of murders, overdoses. Like, damn, what the hell? Now they were overcrowded, like I said. So this is a fucking facade. So on one hand, you guys better pay attention, take notes, and share this video. Share this video to people that need to know the truth, which is the whole entire world. Now, California politicians can celebrate their victory. Woo! We did AB109 realignment. Look at us. We emptied out the prisons. Oh yeah, they did. But what was the domino effect to that, you buffoons? They were getting these parolees were getting shootouts with the cops and killing cops, and they were getting killed in the process. The jails got over impacted. I couldn't even imagine being a sheriff deputy, showing up one day and all of a sudden, hey, who are you? What does that black hand mean right there? What the hell? Is that a clover? Oh, hell nah, cuzzo. Like, you know what I mean? I would be like, the fuck? Hey, they weren't stabbing each other yesterday, Bill. I know, man. I don't know what's happening, John. Fuck, you people's blood pressure, their ED. I'm just gonna flow with the ED jokes. I don't care anymore. So you could just imagine, man. Imagine the inmates too being posted. They don't want to be. I can only assure they don't want to be housed in a jail for 10 years. I was in jail for 1 week. It was fucking horrible. I did a beer run. It was horrible. I couldn't leave. You're confined. Some people say you get more action in prison. There's more freedom. You can walk the yard. Jail is more secure. You don't want to be an inmate in jail for fucking 10 years, I'll tell you that much. Here we go. Okay, Hector. Good spill on AB109. What's next? Well, Proposition 57. Prop 57. This motherfucker happened in November 2016. Sons of bitches. So what do they mean? It means to indeterminately sentence non-violent offenders, non-violent third strikers. I told you guys to pay attention to that first one. It said less serious felonies. All right, they released numerous thousands of 100,000s to the streets, which resulted in cops getting killed, period. Does that sound like less serious felonies? No. On top of that, not only were these bad guys killing cops, they were going back to their fucking ex-girlfriend's house, ex-wife's house, killing them, beating them, stabbing them. They were getting theirs back. Oh, bitch, you want to call the cops on me? Hey, what are you doing here? You was supposed to be in prison for 20 years. Not anymore, babe. AB109. Whack! Right? Prop 57. Basically stating, hey, kiddos, there used to be like a price for burglary or robbery. Like it used to be like you had to steal like $500, don't quote me, and it would be considered like a felony or like grand larceny or grand burglary or whatever the fuck. Then they raised that value to like $1,000. So a facade. Smoke and mirrors, man. You're doing a whole lot of nothing. You're creating fucking chaos here in California. We need to bring it back. We need to bring it back. So people were stealing guns. Bad guys were stealing guns, and they weren't going to jail. They were getting tickets because they didn't do under this new freaking law or act, whatever you want to call it, proposition. It didn't meet that criteria. So what fucking facade was that, Hector? Well, you got the politicians, Newsom, saying, hey, guys, no more crime in California. Look at all these inmates that we paroled. It worked. They're no longer getting recidivized, and they're no longer reoffending and going back to prison. Well, no shit, you stupid motherfucker. You changed the law. You changed the law. Nothing changed. Well, yeah, crime went off the hook. Violence went off the hook. Right? I live in fucking California. Shout out to SoCal. I live in Southern California. Well, shout out to the whole fucking state, right? And shout out to the world. Please help. Right? We're not all fucking hippies over here. So, yeah, there's that one. It was a fucking facade. So what was the reaction to that, Hector? You have friends that are police officers, SWAT team members, DEA agents, and all of the above. Hector, what you be having those type of friends for? God damn it, I told you I'd be having all kinds of fucking friends, man. Just told you I talked to people that used to be incarcerated. Got motherfucker just be normal. I like to communicate to people, right? Straight up talking. I like conversations. Here we go. Well, you got these police officers arresting bad guys, and before they finish their reports, I'm gonna say the scumbags. Well, yeah, if you're a criminal committing criminal acts, you're a scumbag. Period. Point blank. I don't care. It's a scumbag thing to do, right? At one point, I was a scumbag stealing beer on K Street, Brawley. Shouldn't have done that. So they would be very upset. Like, hey, what the fuck? Like, how? There's nothing. Not even a slap on the wrist. There's nothing. The catch and release, right? Now you guys are tracking. You guys, oh, Hector, you opened our eyes, right? The messenger. Yep, the messenger. Present time. Senate Bill 823, Juvenile Justice Realignment. Now, does this sound familiar to you guys? I just spent 14 fucking minutes explaining to you about California and their facades, their smoke and mirrors, and their dog and pony shows. Check it out. My God. Under existing law, the jurisdiction of the juvenile court may continue until the ward attains 25 years. If the ward, so that reduced the age to 23. Oh my goodness. Anyways, you can see what they're doing, right? What they're doing is they're trying to say they fixed something when they just made everything drastically worse, horribly worse, a nightmare, right? And that's why California is the way it is as far as security or their lack of safety. Now, don't get it twisted. I'd be watching Chicago, the news from time to time. Man, it says over the weekend you had like 20 guys shoot it out with 20 guys at a kid's birthday party and 40 people dead. I'm like, golly, gee, that's a whole lot of violence, right? To me, like unnecessary violence. I'm not saying there's a thing as necessary violence. I have once said there was a thing as necessary violence, but to me, California doesn't move like that. To me, California moves like if you got, there's a reason you got. Or if you're going to get got, there's a reason you're going to get got, right? They're not just going around just wildly killing people. Are there? Yes, everywhere. Texas, you be turning on the news, you be seeing it everywhere, right? But it just moves different. I was getting paid $150,000. Looked at a pay stub a year. 15000, six figure jigger, right? You could not pay me 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million to do any of this, to encourage it, to enable it, to be a part of it. I do not know how these people sleep at night. Honestly, I don't know how. I mean, to me, that's the definition of a monster, right? I don't understand what they do it for. Political gain, political power, titles, money. There's no way. And I say this because I was a lieutenant, an LT, man, in the prison system. We all saw it. I bet I got people cheering on the other side of this camera. They're like, damn, that's it. Hector hit the nail right in the head. Yeah, I have been, right? Every video, I hit the nail right in the head. But what can be done? Well, the buffoonery has to stop. Every individual has to stand up. All my captains that were pushing the buffoonery, and I kept telling them, stop. Are you guys even awake right now? Hello? Are you guys normal? Are you guys alive? Right? All the AWs, the associate wardens, the chiefs, the wardens that I came across. You guys want to know? You guys always ask me, Hector, why didn't you just transfer out to another prison? Why didn't you just leave Donovan and go to back to Centinela? You would have lasted longer. You would have probably finished your career. You would have made captain. You're missing the whole point. Donovan is so screwed up that the lifespan of a warden there, career-wise, is 1 year. I was there for 8 years. You can see how many wardens I worked for. I worked for like approximately 6. And I saw the same stupid fucking pattern. Every stupid fucking time, another stupid fucking buffoon took the seat. Same fucking thing. Stupid assholes show up. They pretend to be nice. They pretend to say, oh, I care. Hey, guys, before you know it, they are fucking you in the ass without Vaseline. They are scaring. Then you have the puppets, right? The puppets. These fucking cowards know who they are. Hey, boss. Yes, boss. And I'm watching this buffoon, this same fucking show 8 times in a row. Same cocksuckers sucking dick to not have non-inmate contact. I covered non-inmate contact 2 videos ago. Same fucking cowards that like no spine. So I saw the system 8 times cycle, and this is like, oh no, man, this is not gonna get better. And every time a new warden came up, and all the people that spoke up, hey sir, like this is what's going on here. Shut up, you peasant fools. Don't you know who I am? Oh, man. Now you guys see it. Now you guys see it. Right? This, man, I can keep going as far as like what's going to be next year's stupid fucking law. And the year after that. And the year after that. So Hector, again, what can we do? wherever you're at, you know, there's a whole no strike policy allegedly. I will fucking go on strike. I will hold I'll hold a cardboard sign like if I was homeless saying, hey, these guys suck. Boo. Fucking thumbs down. One thing I always found funny is when the inmates made little cardboard hands and they would stick it outside the cell like that when it was yard time. I thought that was hilarious. But the message for today is, man, do not be fucking fooled. Do not fall for smoke and mirrors. Facades. If somebody's telling you something, listen to what they're not telling you. If somebody's showing you something, look at what's going on behind them, right? With that, keep pushing forward.